All right. Well, thank you for coming. I'm gonna give the normal. Well, does anyone want to give the recap instead of me? Is anyone excited to do that?
We came back to town after encountering a too large snake and burning down part of the jungle. And then we spent our well-earned gold on various upgrades, like getting a flaming sword and some other things.
You definitely met a couple very excitable people.
Yes,
The potion, the potion merchant for one.
the
Uh,
potions.
yeah, the potion half goblin, half halfling.
Did
That's
we
a
get
fun
his strongest potions?
one. No, you actually didn't.
No, they're too strong for you, adventurer.
Well, they were like 4,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, we couldn't afford his strongest potions.
You cannot. You can't get my strongest potions. They are too expensive for you.
And what's his? And then Tim the Enchanter was also quite eclectic. But you also visited the Boy Bear and got some gear. I wanted to pick up with Elvira because she kind of got a little bit less opportunity at the end there. She was wanting to talk to the headmaster of the Fighters Guild, and that's what was happening.
Yeah, we were in the middle of that.
Can I interject for a second, though?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, Tim the Enchanter out of, Monty Python,
Yeah.
the whole reason that he ended up saying that, he wasn't supposed to say it. He was supposed to give a totally different name, but he forgot his line, and he was just like, some call me Tim? Because he just totally forgot his line.
I did not
And
know
then they
that.
ran
That's
with
awesome. That's great. That's very Monty Python.
I hated
Anyway,
that.
carry on.
It was terrible, terrible humor. I hated that movie.
What? Really?
Yeah,
I
Liz is
felt
a bad
my brain
person.
cells dying. I don't get British comedy.
That's fine. It's an acquired
Liz
taste.
has an actual deficiency.
Maybe.
It's called good taste.
Oh.
And like I like British dramas, like some of the newer stuff I kind of get, but like in general, I think it's just a cultural language barrier kind of thing.
Don't try to explain it.
I just don't get British comedy. And I don't know for a fact, but like I know for a fact that there's a whole handful of people going, I don't get that. I don't get the American comedies.
Man.
They're stupid.
Actually, British people love American
I need
TV.
to do something real quick, so I need to exit the call and then enter it again.
Okay.
Okay.
So you are on the docks with the headmaster. You don't know his name. He's going out for his evening stroll. That's right. It was evening. It was what was
I think I
actually.
had met with him because he came back with that town Ohm.
Omu?
Omu, that's right.
Yes. I think you had asked him about it, and he gave you some information.
What is this? My mind is blanking.
Omu
He said-
He gave her the scroll of the Mashu.
He basically said that he was giving her some wisdom about the Yuan tea, and that they should be avoided, and that they mostly come from the city of Omu. At least that's what he believes. And then he also mentioned something about Ross Nisi, who is the scummiest, vilest of the Yuan tea. He's most likely their leader, and that he.
And
I-
really, well, what are the Yuan T? Is that like what Cassandra is?
No. She's a Genasi. Yuan
Okay.
tea are snake people.
But I
Snake people. That's right.
did confirm that it wasn't the Yonki that we ran into earlier in the campaign.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. I'm gonna be honest. After I got my fire sword, my mind kind of blanks on everything.
I don't even blame you. If I had a fire sword too, I'd blink on a whole lot of stuff.
The other thing he said that was of note was that Ross Nisi was a past servant of the god Ubtao, who people now believe is dead. So there's that. Now you learned a little bit about Ubtao and Omu when you went to the Temple of Savras before, and you spoke with one of the mages there. And he didn't give you all of that same information, so this is like you have two different sides, I guess, of the story.
We head back toward Omu.
Well, we were going to look at checking out the livestock pens and see what it's going to cost to get mounts that could also travel on the boat or through water themselves. And I need to. That's the point. And I need to visit the Council of Merchant Princes, and I have a document I need to sell.
Yes, indeed. I've moved you over. So I had this prepared for you to go down to the area where the animals were. I put like, I literally spent like 3 hours building this map today. So I hope it's good. This is the area of town where you guys had heard there are livestock kept for sale and for other things.
Among that livestock, would there be a panther?
Well, you don't know. You're going to have to go find out. So the group arrives at the gate. This is the gate, this big open space. And I'm just going to move the group here just a little bit so that you actually get a view through the gate. There you go. This is what you see when you walk through the gate.
Awesome.
Oh, Tavok didn't get moved. There we go.
I don't have Tavok summoned yet.
Oh, you don't? Okay, I will put him in the corner. He has to go sleep in the corner. What about Buddy? Do you want to take Buddy with you? I mean,
Absolutely, he's my pack mule.
Ah,
oh, I just moved the wrong thing. There we go. Huh, I didn't know I could move that. That might be why it's not working. Well, you stroll through the massive gate, past a guard, which I accidentally moved with you. He's clad in plate armor, with a sword and a shield. He doesn't really react at all as you walk past him. You're kind of in like you were in a more dense crowd before you went through the gate, but now that you're through the gate, it opens up significantly. And not too far, about 10, 15 feet, these spaces are 5 feet. I know that's not to scale with the buildings that are around you, but we're just going to pretend that it is. There's just a big signpost down there, and it's got signs pointing in different direction. I'm gonna let you kind of look at what's on the map, and then figure out how you want to proceed. Ask me questions about what things are or who people are. You can make any skill check you want. You can go off of your own intuition if you want, but just understand that if you go off intuition, you're very likely to be wrong. So if you want any certainty in anything, you got to do a skill check really to understand, I would say. Other than stupid, silly little things like you walk up to a signpost, you don't have to question whether or not it's a signpost.
uh-huh.
Would like to try to just do a check to see what businesses are the buildings around me. What's the first kind of businesses that I see?
Yeah, right now you're in a more residential district in this part of
Oh.
the on the outside of town, so you don't see any immediately.
Okay.
If there's any,
Pedals,
go ahead.
go ahead. I was like, Pedals just kind of poking around, seeing what's up. I'm definitely looking for the dinosaur area.
Yeah, look if you see the signpost in front of you, it's got directions on it.
What are my directions?
All right, so it's the cardinal directions are messed up on this map, so we're just going to pretend that up is north again. It's pointing to cardinally southwest, and it says, the word just went out of my head. Livestock. That's it.
Okay.
Livestock division. Right now, it's got one that's pointing back northeast that says Yanzaru, and then it's got one that's pointing basically due south, which is the Tiriki Anchorage docks.
Okay. Then I'm definitely going to keep trucking towards the livestock.
Wonderful. Anyone else following along?
Gary is also going to follow because that's best odds of finding a panther.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow Gary. And I'm gonna be like, hey Gary, so you seem pretty knowledgeable about the jungle because I know you've been adventuring there for a while.
Gary nods.
Just want to pick up some extra supplies and stuff because kind of feeling unprepared now that I know there are giant snakes out there. You got any ideas?
Also feeling unprepared. We're going to need to be able to carry a lot more.
A lot more gold.
No. I am a small animal. I cannot carry very many water skins. I cannot carry enough oil. I cannot carry enough rations. I have a lot of needs for taking care of this particular party. And I'm going to need an animal that can carry these things. So,
You got to
we
get a
are on the
dog,
way
man.
to find panthers are good friends of family.
That broke
Yeah,
up a
that
little bit.
checks out.
You said panthers are good for carrying. Is that what you said?
Good friends of Tabaxi.
Good friends. Yes.
Gotcha. Well, anyone who wants to roll a insight check, real quick.
Gary, are you rolling insight?
I'm looking for the voice chat, and then I'm going to attempt. I think
It's wisdom. It's wisdom. I'm going to help. Can I help him with that?
Oh, you could all roll individually or help if you want.
7.
Yeah, Nat one.
Yeah, I'm gonna help him. I'm gonna help Gary. We're gonna put our heads together.
We'll be on a 14.
Right
I don't
on.
even know where.
So Gary rolls with advantage now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, let me.
What are the chances he gets a 20? That'd be pretty cool.
Right.
I wouldn't have seen that ever before. Oh, 13. Not teabag. All right. Elvira, you're not sure what this is, but a big, huge bird just walking bipedally is coming towards you. But Petal and Gary, recognize this as an Aarakocra, which is a bird folk, a humanoid bird person. They're quite uncommon. I wouldn't call them rare in these parts. You know to keep your distance a little bit. He's getting closer to you. He's got a massive, like 12-foot wingspan if he sticks his wings out, and he's standing about 6 feet tall.
I can imagine that Elvira's just sitting in the middle of the busy hustle bustle way, just looking stuck on stupid, jaw on the floor, looking like, what in the hell is this thing?
As it walks,
Gary is going to grab a guy's arm and like pull off to the side of the road away from the Aarakocra.
okay.
And then kind of look at Elvira and do like a head nod thing, like, hey, move over.
I feel like it's like the that scene in Harry Potter when Hagrid has the class and he's like, don't look at the Griffith in the eye. Don't do it, but I'm just like, mesmerized.
It as it's walking past you, it turns its head, and not quite like an owl where it turns it like all the way pointing backwards, but it turns like most of the way backwards and watches you as it walks past, specifically looking at Gary, kind of eyeing the tabaxi a little bit, and then he turns his head straight again and he continues onward. Out of sight.
You good, Gary? Gonna
Gary
kind
is feeling hungry. Perhaps we go get a chicken.
I thought you might have owed that guy money or something.
Sure.
Feel free to move your characters as much as you want here. I'm just trying to add a little life to the city.
Move me. I'm trying to get on.
Yeah.
My browser
Let
doesn't
me use my mental powers.
Sure thing. I'll move Gary and Elvira for the time being.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I'm working on technical difficulties. I should be there soon.
Sounds good. And Cassandra as well. Walks past you. Just minding its own business. You guys hear a cart coming up the road, and you have to move aside as a horse pulling a cart and a pack mule walk past you. And the farmer who's leading the cart kind of gives you a nod and says good day to you. He walks past.
Is the farmer human?
He is human.
Gary's going to respectfully nod to him and then also kind of move Guy out of the way of that as well.
Yeah.
I would like to do a perception insight check on this individual who seems to be like walking the same way that we're going.
Oh, sure. Let's see what you get.
What do you want me to roll? Investigation, perception?
I would think it would be perception. I mean, I'm always up for people
Insight?
proposing another. Yeah, like, if you got a proposed one and it sounds good, you can go with that.
No, man, perception's my highest, but it doesn't matter because I rolled a 2, so that'll be a 5.
You don't glean any interesting information from him other than he's wearing basically hide robes. They're kind of tattered, a little bit stained. He definitely smells a little bit of animal dung. It's mostly clear to you that this guy probably works around animals. As you're looking at him, he kind of turns south a little bit and goes down this alleyway.
Gary would like to make an insight check as to whether anyone in the area is planning nefarious actions towards the party. Just kind of scouring the immediate area.
Okay, do you want it to be a one-time thing, or do you want to, like, kind of do it multiple times as you're walking along?
For the moment, one time.
Okay.
I mean, he's definitely doing that the whole time, but, like, you know.
Yeah. What's your role?
16 apparently.
You're not sure about Nefarious, but there is a person just kind of west-southwest of you who's kind of giving you an eye as he watches you walk down. He's wearing a turban and he's got really long flowing robes. He's a Chultanate human, just kind of watching you.
Okay.
He's mostly just kind of the guy is standing there, not doing anything in particular. He's carrying a staff. He's kind of leaning on that staff. You're not sure what he's up to. But he is watching you. Anyone else?
No, I'm just gonna follow Petal mostly.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna go past Turban Guy, and I'm coming over to the sign to see if I can figure out where the dinosaur pin is.
Right on. You get there and you look at the sign, and as you look at the sign, you realize that it was almost unnecessary to even look at the sign because not up. As if you're looking at the sign to the right, you can see the edge of the dinosaur pens already. So it is due west of your location.
Gonna scamper my way over here.
Is there anything that says like about other animal pens?
It doesn't say anything else about other animal pens. It just said it does say dinosaur pens. Now, it does have other words on it. For instance, it points south again, and it says that the docks are down that way. And then it points back the way you came, and it says Yanzar. But across the street, you do see that there is a building with a sign hanging down from it. You can't read it from where you were standing, but there is what could be perceived at your distance as another store or shop.
I'm gonna ask Gary. Hey Gary. So about this panther you want, do you know where you would find one?
Not so much. Gary doesn't usually need to carry so many things, so I know the jungle more than I know town.
As you say that, you hear in the distance, kind of faintly, a sound.
Is there a pack gorilla for sale?
Those of you, I don't know, I can't remember who exactly it was. It might have been three. I think it was three of you minus. I think it was everybody but Gary would recognize that is the same sound as the ape that was in the service of this giant snake that you encountered briefly.
Oh, if we can hire a pack gorilla, oh, I am for it.
Y'all are ridiculous.
It's coming from the west.
Insane.
It's coming from the west, or like down here.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go towards that sound with Gary in tow, presumably.
Yeah, probably.
Roll 20's a little bit buggy tonight, but it's working. What do you think
Also,
of this
brief
dynamic
moment
lighting
of-
so far? Is it cool?
It's very good. So is the ambience.
Yes. Cool. Achievement get. Okay. Pedal. You see that there is a entrance way to this sort of fenced area. And I'm gonna put a little circle where that entryway is because it's not super obvious.
Okay.
Map, it's right here. That's the entrance. So if you want to go in, you go. That's how you get in.
Okay.
As you walk over there, you pass another dog who kind of turns towards Buddy and kind of gets excited and wants to start playing with Buddy.
Buddy has all my stuff, so I think he's gonna have to come with. Sorry, bro.
He whimpers a little bit. Goes back to what he was doing. He's just sitting there. He's kind of like tied with a rope to a post so that he doesn't leave. Sadly.
I definitely want to check out the price tag on this gorilla.
Okay, so as you enter into this space, first of all, you don't see any people yet, but you see multiple pens. If you spin around, you should see multiple pens. And
Okay.
I don't know, you should probably be able to see the name tags on them, right?
I think so.
So the gorilla is technically a silverback. So it's one of the big strong ones. Behind you, there is a tiger, a cougar, and a direwolf. And then in front of you, further into the pen, chained up to a series of posts and with a very, very tall fence and sturdy gate, is a juvenile Tyrannosaurus. You recognize it as one very similar to a dinosaur that was in the races. Further in, there are more gates to more holding pens that you can kind of see, but you're a little too far away to tell what's in it.
I'm going to point out the tiger and the mountain lion to Gary. And then I want to check that gorilla cage for a price tag.
Okay. Yeah, you walk up to it, and it opens the GM notes and tells you it's 60 gold pieces.
What? 60 gold? That's it? Oh.
For the gorilla?
For the gorilla.
I'm thinking the heck give me a
So,
what just happened?
Before you make your decision, I've got something to give you.
Okay.
Alright. Can you see that?
Yep.
Yep.
This is what you get if you pick up the egg. Oh, sorry, I forgot. You can't see it, Dajo. It has a fist attack, a rock attack. It has a strength of 16, armor class of 12, hit points 19, speed of 30, con of 14, stuff like that. Granted, if you had a really good animal handling skill, and this thing is okay with you, it would be able to do those things for you.
Okay, I feel like this is something like, I'm guessing it's at least sort of trained, right? Otherwise it wouldn't be for sale.
To a point. It's broken, but it doesn't know you as an owner, so you would have to do a little work on that.
Okay, I feel like I could put in the work on that. I'm definitely going to put... I want to check out the rest of the options, but I mean, I can hoof it if I have a silverback to carry all my stuff for me.
Yep. As you're,
Guy and Gary are gonna go over to the big cats.
Yeah.
You are approached by a woman in fairly fine clothing, as fine as it could be for this area of town.
Race.
She... Come again?
Race.
Race
It's important to carry.
She is...
Let me just say, human or non-human?
She's probably half elf.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. That's funny.
So she's half human.
You ask that question so frequently. I should be ready for it, but I never am. So I'll take mental note of that going forward. She just comes up to you and she says, "Can I help you with anything? This is my establishment."
Gary's gonna nod and say, "Gary is looking for Panther."
Panther. I don't have any of those. I do have a cougar though. Pretty much the same.
How much is the cougar?
The cougar is 100 gold points. Not points. Pieces, Dan. Pieces, Dan. They're pieces, not points.
Gary,
100 gold
Tiger.
points. Yes. I will put in my gold 100 times. That will pay for it, yes?
Did you say something about the tiger?
I did not yet, but that would be the next one.
Oh, okay. She says, well, the tiger, being a bit harder to catch, is 115 gold pieces. I almost did it again.
50 or 15?
15. 1-5.
Dang.
115.
Can I see the stats on those so I can relay those to?
Yep.
Yep.
There you go.
The cat would like to know about the cats.
Yep.
There you go. You should be able to see that.
Awesome.
I'm just so glad that I did this. It's so much easier.
Okay, so the tiger has armor class 12, hit points 37, which is way more than the gorilla. 15 or 17 strength. Well, I'll just read the modifier. +3 strength, +2 dex, +2 con, -4 intelligence, +1 wisdom, -1 charisma.
Can you read the modifiers?
Say that again?
When you read it, can you read the scores? I know the modifiers by that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in order, so like strength, dex, con, it's 17, 15, 14, and then int wiz charisma is 3, 12, 8.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Then it's really stealthy with a plus.
The
It has
tiger?
a plus
Oh, yeah,
6.
I guess that makes sense.
Yep, it has +6. Then it has keen smell, which is advantage on wisdom checks that rely on, or perception checks that rely on smell.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
pounce,
Okay.
which, yeah, it has pounce, which is basically if it moves at least 20 feet, it has the chance to knock a creature prone with an attack.
Okay. So similar to the horse's override or overhaul or something like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then both of its attacks, it has, dang. It has
Claw and
bite
bite.
and claw. It has bite and claw, and bite is 1d10 +3 with +5 to hit.
Ooh.
And claw
Good grief.
is 1d8 +3 with +5 to hit.
All right.
All of that for
And then
15 gold. I'm not complaining.
the cougar.
Same,
Yeah,
same stats.
Oh.
I
Same
I
stats.
repurposed the stats. The tiger is more expensive, but it's harder to catch. There are very negligent differences between the tiger and the cougar. Let's just put it that way. One's more expensive because it's harder to get.
Is the charisma different on the cougar than the tiger?
I would be willing to say yes. I did not change that. I would say the tiger.
Because that was my concern.
The tiger is probably something that if you wanted to use the tiger to intimidate, you'd be better at it.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you know what? Let's go with the tiger, I think. Okay. So, Gary's going to kind of be... He's going to hop up on the little post or whatever. Is there like a fence that's between him and the animals?
There is,
Like-
yeah. They're,
Yes.
they're fenced in, yeah.
How big is that fence?
It is. It's probably about 8 feet tall, just because tigers can jump.
Yeah. Tigers can jump 20 feet up. That's kind of terrifying.
For the sake of simplicity, I didn't think about that very much. So, whatever's reasonable for a
No,
tiger.
that's all right. Okay, that's fair. All right.
Maybe it just
Um,
forgot.
Well,
And then, like, what kind of fence are we talking here? Basically, I'm trying to decide on how close I want to get right away.
it's like it's a really sturdy wooden post fence, and the wooden posts are every 3 or 4 feet, and they're probably like 3 to 4 inches in diameter, and then it's got really tough dimensional lumber on the inside, and then it's got a bunch of wire over top of that.
Oh, okay.
It's really well contained, and then over top of it, there's like a vault, kind of like a vaulted roof, but it's got wire stretched over that, so this thing can't get out.
Okay. Gary's gonna kind of hop up on one of the bigger posts, and then he's gonna be like looking between the cougar and the tiger and trying to figure out which one he wants.
Mm-hmm. As you do that,
Yeah.
really, just quickly while you're doing that, the same man from earlier that you recognized walks up to the woman, and they engage in a little bit of conversation. And then after a brief chat, which you guys don't really hear because they're kind of talking to
The
themselves.
turban guy? The turban guy?
No, this is the guy who smelled like animal dung and had the kind of stained robes.
Oh, okay.
He ends up walking over to the other side, and he is lost to your sight for a moment.
Yeah, Petal would like to go check out the other pens.
Go for it.
Ooh, Myra wants to look for a Velociraptor, but I only have 49 gold, so...
Okay. Elvira, why don't we have you follow Petal then?
Right?
Oops, I put you in a pen by accident. And then to answer to Gary before I move on, what was it you were looking for again? One more time.
Panther.
Yeah. So you from some investigation, you deduce that the cougar and the panther are practically the same thing. Definitely, this cougar.
Panthers come with sneak attack, though.
So in my book, out of game, I count a cougar and a panther. It's the same thing.
Okay.
And it's like cougar, panther, mountain lion, puma, all the same in my book. I know there's differences. I don't know what the differences are because I don't know animals that well. I'm not
That's
a
fair.
zoologist, so I'm just kind of, if you want, I couldn't find a panther, so I went with a cougar. But I would be very happy to tint him black, and we can call him a panther instead.
I'm actually fine with the cougar because that works. I'm just trying to decide between the two animals.
Okay. While you think on
Gary's gonna look at Guy and kind of ask his opinion, about which one they should get, noting that tigers are usually less easy to train, but they're more intimidating, and cougar would probably be easier to train, but maybe a little less intimidating than a tiger.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so we need something that's gonna carry stuff, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So intimidation probably isn't that big of a factor, and I'd say we go with the cougar.
Gary agrees.
Very nice.
So
Here's what I'm willing to offer as a difference between the cougar and the tiger real quick on stats. We'll give the cougar another like +2 to climbing, anything that would require climbing or agility, and the tiger would get a +2 to anything that would require that would be attacks. So the tiger's a little more ferocious, but the cougar is way better at athletics.
that makes a lot of sense. Okay. Yeah. So Gary's definitely wanting that cougar, but he also needs some saddlebags for it.
Okay. I will return to you shortly. I want to give Petal a little something.
That makes sense.
Here, yeah. Problem is, I'm having like multiple things happen at once. So.
I know. We're splitting the party all over the place.
The guy who walked in real fast before.
Not my guy.
Yes, yeah, not average guy, but other guy. The one with the weird letters in his name tag. He walks up and he starts eyeballing the creatures in this area, which you deduce there's two pack mules, there's a Triceratops, and there's a Stegosaurus. And he's really eyeing the Stegosaurus. I don't know if that changes anything. And he's asking questions about it. Do you want to eavesdrop?
I definitely want to eavesdrop.
Okay. So he's chatting with the woman. Did I move her up? No, I didn't. Oh, I have too many people in too small of a space. Just pretend they're over there talking. And he's saying, how much for the Stegosaurus? And she says, you know, John, those things are hard to catch and even harder to break. I could do 700. He's like, whoa. I'm your best customer. Mary, come on, Mary. You can do better than that. She's like, 650. I'll give you 600. No, I'm 615. He's sitting there thinking about it.
Well, I don't got that kind of cheddar, so I guess I'm out.
Well, you have other things you could trade. I'll just put a little bug in your ear. You could trade other things. It doesn't have to be gold. But that's what they're trading. So.
I mean, I know I'm
is a thing.
At this, let's see. You
Put it on your credit card.
Oh, I guess.
Go ahead, Dajo.
I was going to say is I could help him with that, but I also wouldn't be aware that I can help him with that. So.
True.
I mean, I got a fair amount of gold. I stuffed my pockets on the way out, so I got a fair amount of gold.
To bury it in the forest.
But yeah, I think that's probably a little too rich for my blood. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I would love to cruise around on a Stegosaurus. I don't think we're going to fit that on the boat.
As you're there and you're looking around, you see signs for the Triceratops and the pack mules. The Triceratops is sitting at 500 gold, or best offer. It's definitely a little bit on the, I wouldn't say injured side, but the scruffy side. So that's what that is. The pack mules are each sitting at 15 gold apiece.
Okay. I have one very big question.
Mm-hmm.
Is the gorilla size medium or size large?
I have to check because I can't remember.
Very likely medium. But
if it's size large,
check, I guess.
Medium.
Damn. Because if it was size large, I could ride it around. Wait, did you say the tiger was size large?
That one is large. Yep.
Oh, and how much was the tiger?
The tiger is 115 gold.
I could do that.
Don't forget, there's also a wolf there too, and then there's there's another pen that you guys got a glimpse of, but you don't know what's in it.
Oh, where is that? Where
That'd
am I?
be
Is that
over
right
here.
here? Okay.
It's going to be too big to go. Why would they kill a tiger as bigger than a gorilla?
If you turn your character, you should be able to see. I think I've got it set up.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. Can you see it?
I can now. Is it an owl bear?
Nope. Let's see. Can you see it now? You should be able to see the nameplate.
I can't. It's like.
Oh, it doesn't give me the name.
Oh, really? That is a flying monkey. It's ironic that you mentioned flying monkey in the DM because I had already added one before you said that.
Okay, what size is the flying monkey? Is it like small?
They are, I believe, small. Let's see what the stats are. small beast. Here's the stats for him.
Okay. And what's the price tag on this bad boy?
He is 40 gold.
40 gold. Okay. I'm gonna as soon as they wrap up their conversation about the Stegosaurus, I'm gonna ask her for some information on the tiger and the flying monkey.
Okay, she gives you roughly the same information that we've discussed on the tiger. She says it's a
Okay.
better fighting beast than the cougar, but it's not as agile. And she says that the flying monkey is really good at just being kind of a pest. She frankly just got this one by accident and has been trying to sell it for a while. If you're the right customer and you like something that can really just annoy people, if you want something that's annoying and you can handle that, this is the animal to get. They are known to be really quite the nuisance, if not deadly, in a pack of other flying monkeys. And then on its own, it's not particularly all that dangerous. It's just the worst you're going to get is like a little bite. That's it.
But I mean, these things look pretty smart. Like, do you think it could be trained to do things like pickpocket or like keep watch, like so that it spots when stuff is coming, or like, do you think it can be trained to do stuff like that?
Let me check real fast. I will find out here. It has an unusually low intelligence score, but it has an above average wisdom. So anything that takes wisdom, it's going to be pretty decent at. It's got a 12 in wisdom, so the problem is sleight of hand is a dex score. Oh, it's got a dex of 14, so it'd be really good at pickpocketing.
Awesome. Dope. Fantastic. Okay. Man, I wish the gorilla was size large. I'm going to ask about the direwolf. Is that size large?
The direwolf is it is size medium. Here,
Okay.
I will show you the stats for that. I'm fixing Guy's dynamic lighting because he's looking to the right instead of left.
Oh, I think this is a wolf.
Yep, it is. I am using the same stats as wolf because there is no direwolf, so it's not the greatest thing in the world. She's trying to sell
Oh,
it.
okay.
It is one of the more. It's one of the lesser expensive medium beasts. Actually, it's not one of. No, sorry, it's one of the more expensive medium beasts because it's kind of novel for this area, especially one that's alone. That comes with its downsides. They're pack animals, so it's kind of probably not going to be super happy on its own. So it's one of the worse things, pieces of merchandise she has. Put it that way.
I'd like to ask her if the tiger's been trained as a mount.
Okay. Tiger is a mount. I mean, I've never thought of doing that, but I suppose you could try. It's not trained for that, no.
Okay, damn. That. Yeah, okay. How much was the tiger again? You said 70?
No, that's a low ball. It was
115 for the tiger.
Yep.
Okay, 115 for the tiger.
And just so I don't startle you, nighttime is falling, so daylight mode is going to go off. You should have torchlight. I think
I should have dark vision.
you have dark vision, but I think the rest of you should be able to see from torchlight, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and I have my presumably inextinguishable torch.
Ah, thank you for reminding me. Let me give you 20 feet of lighting distance. I forgot about that.
Well, no, well that I mean my sword, which I
Yeah.
presumably haven't drawn.
Yeah. Well, we'll just pretend you have, for simplicity's sake, right now. Puts out 20 feet of low light. You are a dim torch. So she says, no, it hasn't been trained for that. I suppose you could. I don't know how well they are at carrying, medium-sized humanoids. Never heard of the tribe before. That's not to say that it couldn't be done. They are rather strong cats, that's for sure.
Okay. How does the tiger do with other animals? I have a dog and a parrot, and I'm thinking about getting that monkey off your hands too.
I think the parrot and the flying monkey would be just fine. Dog, not too sure about. My guard dog is not too keen on being close to his pet. So you might have to spend some time training it before you introduce the two. I mean, cats and dogs don't really love each other anyway, so it's a little bit of that situation. I'll tell you this is not a wild tiger anymore. It has been through training, it has been broken, so it's not going to devour your dog during its sleep, but they might fight.
Okay, because my dog is a trained fighting dog, so he's pretty obedient.
Yeah, most of the price that you're seeing for these animals is really training cost. I get these in at a pretty low price from the black market trade.
Okay, well, I'll take the tiger and the monkey.
Right on. So that'd be a total of 155 gold for the two of those. And
Okay.
I'm guessing Gary is wanting to get the cougar, right?
Yep. And it looks like saddlebags are 4 gold for that.
Okay. She says, I got some used ones. If you don't mind, I can go get them out of the shop and be back in a moment.
Yeah, that works.
Goes, grabs those, bring those back. There's a little bit of a tear in this one, but if you're handy with a needle and thread, I think you can probably fix it. It's not terrible.
How big of a tear are we talking?
It's like,
where is the tear at?
there's like a little rip in one of the side bags. She's like, I'll give you a discount. I'll 50% off.
Okay.
I'm real good with the needle. I can fix that for you.
Ooh. Even better.
Right on.
So yeah, okay. I'm good with that.
Out of sheer curiosity, Cassandra goes over to the Tyrannosaurus and inquires as to his price. Oops. I'm accidentally moving him. And finds out that his price is 975. It's a wee bit much.
What's the price? Of what?
The price of the Tyrannosaurus Rex is 975 gold.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Also, she's gonna mention to the party real fast, or actually not to the party, rather to the owner. She asks if that cart outside belongs to her, and answer is yes. And so she mentions to the party, what do you think about buying a pack mule and purchasing that cart, since you have so much property to haul?
I mean, how off-road capable is this cart?
It's just your regular wooden wheel, two-wheel cart.
I mean,
Sounds like we need to build some suspension for that baby.
I think if we need something that big, we might want to I got a thing I might be able to make us some money at, but we might want to look at that like stashing together for that Stegosaurus. If we want something that big.
Fair enough.
Because that'd be pretty off-road. How do Stegosaurus... I'm going to turn to the lady. How do Stegosaurus do, like, in the water? Like, because we're doing a lot of travel by boat, and my raft is good. I don't know if it's that good.
Do you know which body of water you're referring to?
That river.
That one river, the one that we just came down on?
The Socian Star is what you went down. She
That
says,
river.
Socian Star, well, I haven't been down much of it myself, but I have heard it's rather shallow and slow moving. It could probably just walk through the river, frankly.
Oh, like, potentially just tow the raft.
Ah!
Yeah, possibly, yeah. I mean, I haven't
Whoa.
been very far down the Socian Star. But as long as it doesn't get very fast moving and doesn't get very deep, yeah, I could see that being possible. And if you want to, you could do an insight check to see if you remember from what you observed on your trip.
Could I make a case for survival?
Yeah, I'll take that.
Excellent. That'll be a clutch 18.
Okay. You remember that the most serious portion was the river rapids that you went through, and everything else was just fine.
Okay. And I mean, if it's a T-Rex, or I mean a Triceratops, it can probably get through some shallow rapids, or just go up the bank and around, right? Like, it wasn't that bad.
Right, and this goes for both the trike and the stego. They can both do pretty much the same thing. The stego's bigger, so it's going to be probably a bit stronger, but...
Just a big ridge of spines down its back, where the Triceratops have a massive, like, headpiece that you can't get through.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I was listening to them talk, the Stegosaurus, I mean, I personally would say that would be the best move, but it's pretty expensive. And I mean, I don't know how much I'm going to get for this little deal I'm trying to set up here. But I mean, I feel like a case could be made either way. Honestly, I think we get this bad boy out and about, get him on that good feed, bulk him up a little bit. I think he'd be top notch. We could easily have him pull the boat upriver, and we could ride him around if we had to. We could carry a ton.
Cassandra is going to pipe in and say, well, you could always just get a loan from one of the merchant princes.
2.
I don't know about borrowing money.
Oh, I thought you meant like a loner dinosaur. Never mind. No, I don't want to borrow money from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the merchant princes is kind of a banker type.
Did you do your taxes this year?
Listen,
Petal didn't do his taxes this past year, so he can't get on for anything. He ain't gonna apply.
Debt is where I come from. That can really just change your whole life for the negative. You don't want to be getting in debt where I come from, so I would not do that. Personally, not going to agree to that.
Fair enough. If you wanted to get the Stegosaurus, how far are you short? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, after purchasing the tiger and the monkey.
Jesus Christ, this is ridiculous. Are you starting a menagerie?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Petal's traveling circus.
Yeah, no. I'm going to train the monkey to ride the dog. And then I'm going to train the tiger to let me ride it, and the parrot rides my shoulder.
And at what point are we going to, in what time are we going to find
No. Petal. The dog rides the tiger, the monkey rides the dog, the bird rides the monkey.
What is that old song, like, there's a hole in the bottom of the sea?
There's a hole.
There's a hole.
There's a hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a log on the hole in the bottom of the sea.
Yes. There's a log in the hole in the bottom of the sea.
There's a hair on the frog, on the lump on the log, on the hole in the bottom of the sea.
Thank you.
Wow! Holy cow!
Listen,
There's a pedal. There's a pedal. There's
I
a pedal stuck in the middle of the jungle.
here's the thing. At some point, my dragon is going to be rideable.
So so there will be the dragon, and then the tiger will ride the dragon, the dog will ride the tiger, the monkey will ride the dog, and then the bird will ride the monkey. And all your enemies will flee. All of our enemies will flee in terror at the chimeric abomination that we created.
Like a big Jedi cloak over it, so it looks like a massive giant monstrosity. We have a giant working with us. It's actually a bunch of animals stacked on top of each other.
And she says that doesn't
From the
sound too different
Feywild,
from the Bakiri goblins. I mean, they do that.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, have you ever heard
I just
of
found out that 1 pound of gold is equal to 50 gold pieces.
That's good to know.
Right.
Cassandra asks you if you've ever heard of the Batiri Goblin tribe, because that's what
I have
reminding
not.
her of. Oh, okay. So the Batiris. So this is strange. I've never seen one before, and I've heard it's you probably don't want to meet them. They're kind of nasty folk, as most goblins are. They are totem worshippers. They're basically a bunch of shaman, and they will stack themselves on top of each other to make a giant totem. And so it's their method of trying to look bigger than they really are and more fierce. But being that they're goblins and they're rather small ones at that, they're really quite clumsy, so it doesn't always work out in their favor. But they're definitely just as cruel as any other goblin you'd meet.
Interesting.
At least you can laugh at them, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would. I'd be careful going into some regions of the jungle. And Gary would know some of this. He'd be like, "Oh yeah, I had heard of the Batiri."
Okay, I could commit 100 gold to a Triceratops or a Stegosaurus.
Okay.
But that's the best I can do.
Commit 100 gold to committing pedal. Never mind. I can commit 49 gold to committing pedal, not 100. I don't have 100 gold.
Okay.
How much gold are we looking for here?
It's I think it was 675. Was it? No, 615. He got it down to. So.
And how much are we at?
149 right now.
Well,
I only have 45.
So best case scenario, you could pull 200 coins, twixt the 4 of you. Cassandra's like, I can't really front 400 because I don't have it, but doesn't mean count me out on the prospect of getting it later if it's still here. By the way, the guy who had come in has now made a deal with that lady on the Triceratops and is leaving with the Triceratops.
Yeah, later.
With the Triceratops or the Stegosaurus?
He is taking the Triceratops.
Okay, damn, that was the cheaper one. Okay, well, let me go. I've been spreading some gold around, bribing bards to spread the word. I gotta go something. What?
How much gold do you need?
Well, I think we got, 150?
With Guy, Elvira, and Petal pooling together, you've got almost 200. And then Cassandra could probably chip in somewhere around 50 that she has.
Okay.
I didn't
Okay, so maximum
45
that is pulled together. How much is needed?
45 to having you committed.
Looks like Elvira's not entirely sold on that, but if she was, you'd be
right.
sure.
Okay.
I would give up 45 gold to have Petal committed.
I caught that, yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Uh,
so
but
200 gold pulled together. How much is needed though?
so
Yeah, but-
Cassandra could bring that to about 230, so you would be short by 170, or I'm sorry, 370, give or take.
Oh,
So
oh, 370. Oh, okay.
yeah,
With everything that I'm buying, I can help a pretty good amount with that. I would have 262 gold left over after all of the ridiculousness that I was buying.
okay.
Y'all who didn't stuff your pockets full of gold should just be ashamed of yourselves.
Yeah, I'm gonna have each of you roll a perception check. By the way, real quick, each of you.
Okay.
All right.
18.
18,
Haste.
20.
Woo! Nat 20.
Oh my goodness. Wait,
Gary sees everything.
yeah. What did the other two get?
18.
18.
And 17.
Okay. Gary notices. Um, Gary, you are over by Guy. No, not by Guy.
Yep.
Let me rethink how I'm gonna say this. You're as you're all communicating, right? You're just talking, kind of in your little huddle, and you notice a little trace of something on the just on the very little bit of exposed skin right above Petal's shirt on his neck. It's a little dark spot.
Wait. What? Hold on. I need to look up something.
Guy is just gonna be like, what do you mean a dark spot?
Yeah.
Like, is it just would Guy think it's a mole?
Well, Guy doesn't know unless Gary says something. I don't know if
No.
he said it.
Gary is looking for his notes here real quick.
Singing Gary.
Oh, wait, no, I downloaded them. That's right. They're not screenshots.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So. Give me a moment to find something. Okay, there we go. Yep.
I love your
Yeah.
thinking
Okay.
sounds.
And nope. Got nothing.
Got nothing. Yep. As far as you know, you just see a little dark spot on his skin, a little discoloration just above the collar of his shirt.
So, when you say discoloration, dark spot, is this something I have ever noticed was not there previously?
Yes, it's definitely foreign.
Gary is gonna hop up towards somewhere nearby that's like shoulder height to start like looking at it and not really caring about whether Petal notices or not.
Yeah. Okay, so you have perceived it's there. If you want to really study it, I think an investigation check would probably be the best.
That would make sense to me. Let me roll that as I hop my way over to him. 4. Probably because he's moving around and not letting me do it.
Actually, Petal has like 0 personal space. So like, as long as you don't like actually touch him, he literally doesn't care.
Okay.
Yeah.
You need to hop up onto him and then like start poking him.
We'll say this: it's getting dark out, and you're rapidly approaching nightfall. So you're up close, you can see it, but because of the fading light, it's very difficult to see, to distinguish.
Dark vision.
Oh, you got dark vision. That's right. I'll go with this instead. Instead of that, there's torches around you, between you and him, and the silhouette that the torch is casting is making your vision more difficult.
Okay.
In your current
That
position.
makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
You'd be welcome to try again if you change like the circumstances or whatever.
If you just like tell me, I could help.
So Gary's gonna be like leaning over on this pole, probably not yet noticed, and then because of Pedal going wherever he's going, every time he gets close enough, he just can't see it because Pedal will move somewhere. And so Gary's just gonna like as soon as he gets close again, he's gonna go, Pedal, I need you to stop moving. There's something on your neck.
Okay, I'll stop and I'll look at him and like left side, right side, like take a look.
Yeah, I mean he'll point.
That side.
What? Okay.
Wow.
Well, I was genuinely going to offer you advantage because you're working together now.
Okay.
All
right.
It's like the closest thing I can think of to an assist. Oh! Oh, net 20.
Okay.
Why don't you describe how you investigate a little bit, if you want to?
Okay. So now that he's like stopped moving, Gary's gonna like start leaning in more and more, and he's gonna be like kind of moving left and right to kind of like check if it's something that's protruding out or if it's flat. Kind of looking for hairs, looking for discoloration around it.
Yeah.
Basically, what he's really looking for is whether it's like a bite, whether it's and something that's burrowed into him or what, basically.
Okay, what you see is a small patch of skin. As you kind of move the collar around a bit, you see that it's about the size of it's like 1 or 2 square inches, roughly. It's kind of weirdly shaped, and it's a patch of skin that appears scaly.
Oh. So Gary's gonna see that, and he's just gonna like take both of his hands and put them towards his mouth, and kind of like stare at it for a bit, very quietly, with a like really big-eyed stare. He just doesn't want to say anything yet.
What do the rest of you do?
Well, what do you see there, big guy?
How to word this? I think. Do you remember the snake?
I'm
Guys
sorry.
gonna kind of walk over and be like, what's going on?
Yeah, that kind of broke up just a tiny bit there, Dado.
Gary's gonna say, do you remember the snake?
Yeah, I remember the snake.
I think you're becoming the snake.
Huh.
Not the response
I'm gonna
I was
like
expecting.
reach over. I'm gonna like reach over and kind of like try to touch one of the scales and see if they like move or if I can like easily remove one at all.
As you feel it, Petal feels a sense of a little bit of discomfort, as if it's kind of sensitive to the touch, and it definitely, as you try to kind of like move it a little bit to free it off of his skin, it moves in the same way as if you were to grab your skin and kind of like tug it and move it around. It moves with the skin.
Hey, one second. Don't pull on that. Don't pull on that. It feels weird. Now,
Gary's
would you say that
full
this is
handbag.
more snake scale or dragon scale? Because I wouldn't be surprised if there was some other consequences to being in close association with a draconic spirit.
So would I know if it was dragon or snake?
Snake.
Okay. He's gonna say, I'm pretty sure that's snake scale.
Okay, well, I guess I gotta go find a holy man.
Cassandra has been watching this whole thing, and she says, "I told you."
Is this because I'm spending the cursed gold? Can I make an insight check on that, or if it's just because I was under his spell for a little while?
Yeah, roll an insight check for that. Yeah, see if you figure it out.
That'll be a 6.
You have no clue.
Huh.
Cassandra says,
So
I told you that the gold was cursed.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Who hasn't picked up cursed gold before? It's fine. I'll finish my transactions, and I'll just go see a holy man. In fact, actually, I think I'm going to go see a holy man and pay him in cursed gold. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask the lady if I can give her a couple silver to board the tiger here, while I take a couple of days to get it introduced to Buddy.
Yeah, it takes a moment to get her attention because she was off helping another customer, so she didn't hear any of your conversation. But she comes over
Excellent.
and she accepts she says like, "Oh yeah, if you 4 silver, I'll hold on to it for as long as you need. That should cover its board and food, or its
Okay.
room and board. I mean, yeah, just don't make it too long. I got business to do here."
Yeah, no worries. It'll just be a couple of days while I, have a team meeting, so to speak.
Yeah, that should be fine. She would be willing to take the same offer from anybody else for their animals too, 4 silver to hold on to them.
nah, Gary needs that pack cougar to carry his new stuff.
Okay. Let's So are you gonna take it with you to wherever you're gonna sleep tonight? That's
Oh, yeah,
that's my main
absolutely.
concern. Okay. Because now night has completely fallen, and the streets are getting quiet. If my device would cooperate with me here, sorry. It's getting. Where did I put that? Oh, here we go. It's the one that Zach really liked, with the dogs and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so night has now completely fallen, and you can only see by torchlight or dark vision.
Okay. So, just to let you know, since there might be probable problems with spending, if my calculations are correct, and they are, I have spent, including the cougar, 237 gold.
Okay. Do you have a way to notate that for me?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. I don't really have a wonderful place to keep every character sheet in one spot, so I'm trying to kind of rely on you guys for that.
A whole bunch of things. Namely, I needed something to carry all the oil.
You need something to carry all your oil.
Yeah.
You know
And so
just from being in the area,
area.
there's a general goods store, not like less than 100
I have a
paces
cougar.
from you, if you want to buy any goods from a general store.
Oh, okay. So all things that I got here, I can do that purchase now.
Yeah, you could. The problem is it's closed now because it's dark out, so you would need to, figure out a place to stay for the night probably, or not. Up to you.
What does the roof look like on that building?
One more time, that broke up.
What does the roof look like on that building?
Did he say rule?
Roof?
Roof.
What does the
Roof?
roof look like?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
At like the top part that the rain falls on.
What is? I don't know how to describe it. It's like it's a shingled roof and it's got a big tree growing out of the top of it, according to this map.
oh. Even better. Okay, so yeah. I'm gonna kind of hang on to the cougar and we're gonna jump up onto that roof and get into that tree and we're gonna go put my hammock up there.
Oh wow, not at all what I expected, but I'm down for it. Okay, Cougar and Gary up here. Except Gary is the wrong direction. Nope, that's the Cougar, Dan. Oh my goodness, sorry. Nothing is cooperating with me.
Yeah.
Cool, you are apparently in a tree now.
Yeah, man.
Did you say anything to anybody else before you did this?
No. No, not at all.
Guys, I
just
think we lost
straight up
Gary.
jumped into the tree. In fact, not only that, because it would be doing this stealthily, because that's what he's just used to doing. Because he has to be stealthy in the jungle.
Okay, so
With a stealth check of... I rolled an 11 plus 4.
okay.
So 15.
That beats their passive perception on most of their character sheets. As you guys are talking, all of a sudden you realize that Gary and the cougar are gone. You don't know why. You don't know where. They're just gone.
Guys, where'd Gary go?
Well, you know cats, they're always just kind of wandering off.
Oh. Well, yeah, but it
We should
seems a
probably-
little unusual that this one is just gone. Did
Yeah,
any of
he-
you hear
So
him leave?
Gary's like... Gary's kind of like putting up his hammock at first, and he hears the conversation, and he's gonna like scamper down and kind of like.
Oh,
Oh,
we're
you
losing
went
you.
over.
We're losing you.
Okay, so Gary's gonna scamper down from the tree and make his way over to Guy and say, "Hello, Guy."
Ah! Gary, where did you go?
Gary's just gonna like point over his shoulder up, where the cougar's at, with the like halfway put up hammock.
Guys just kind of like stare and like shrug. Okay, just tell us where you go next time, please.
Sorry, I thought you were watching me.
All right, well,
I'm
just so
trying to
you
do
know,
that right
I'm headed to the Broken Barnacle to get some food and a bath and a room. So that's where I will be, folks, and juices.
We'll put your animals that you just bought to sleep for the night. Do you want to leave Buddy here too?
No, Buddy stays with me. He's got all my stuff.
Fair enough. One second while I rearrange things. Okay. Guys, have a leisurely stroll through the darkness for. Make it up to here.
I cast magic missile into the darkness.
Please don't. Please don't do that.
I don't have it.
Oops, I don't want a D10. I want a D20.
I am entirely joking. Exclamation mark and then same everything else.
There we go. Okay. You guys are walking, and you notice that someone is following you in the shadows. He's right over here.
So is my hide check still active?
I would. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah, we'll say yes.
Okay. So I am going to make my way around and kind of like with a long kind of circle, and then like instead of scampering, I'm doing like that little cat, crawl that they do where they're like trying to be all sneaky.
Yep. As a cat owner, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Doing that, staying out of his vision as best as possible, trying to find out why he is following us.
Mm-hmm. Are you guys going to let on to the fact that you know he's there? As far as you know, he does not know that you see him.
I mean, I'm going to take my bow off my shoulder. So if I can do that without alerting him that I, know something's up. But I'm essentially drawing my weapon.
Nothing really changes. He still keeps his distance as you are walking at whatever pace you want to go. He stays at least 25 feet behind you.
I would like to perform a stealth check to dip down a side alley, and let the group go past me, and circle back around on this guy.
Love it. Let's see. Let's hear what that number is.
Oh,
ooh boy.
So, okay. And while that's happening, when he goes around that corner, that he's deciding to do, I'm going to be staying put at the first corner that he turns on.
Okay. I think I follow. Yeah, we can do that. Zach, why don't you take control of Gary for that? Then I'm going to put him right behind you. That way you can put him where it needs to be.
Okay.
So that way I'm effectively flanking him,
And the cougar is staying put?
Yeah, the cougar's still up in the tree.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, so... you said he's coming up, where is he coming up? This way here?
He is right over here.
Okay.
He's the guy in the kind of the teal-colored clothing. He's definitely sticking to the shadows.
Okay, is there some way that I could, hop up on a roof and cut over this building and come back around while he follows the group?
Yes. Petal, you would see there's a bunch of crates right over here, and you could feasibly climb those without too much effort and get up onto this roof over here.
Okay. I was kind of hoping to get behind him.
I mean...
So, if he's right here, and he's going to walk this way, I was hoping I could, get up on top of this building, go over, drop down, and then come in behind him and follow him up so that me and Gary...
Could you ping on that building for me?
How do I ping? What button
click
is it?
and hold. You want to get up on that one. Okay.
Yeah, so... sorry, you can't see me move my guy, can you?
Yeah, I can't see that, sorry.
Okay, so I was thinking, come up this way, hop over here, hop down, and then, follow him. Because if he's coming this way, right, he's following the party this way, I want to, do the little ninja move and then come in behind him.
Here's what I would have you do. I would have you first do stealth, and that would determine how difficult your athletics check would then be to do that. Or acrobatics, whichever you prefer.
Okay, I got a 13 on that stealth check.
Okay. Then go ahead. Well, if you want to, go ahead with the second check then, and let me know what that is.
Second check being acrobatics.
Acrobatics or athletics, I never know how to apply those two.
Well, that'll be a 23 for acrobatics.
All right. Piece of cake. Quiet, nimble, fast. You're up on the roof.
Excellent. So if I'm up on the roof, I'm going to pop back to this corner and kind of be watching him. But my plan is once he goes past, I'm going to drop in behind him. Because Gary's hanging out right where he's at there to flank him.
Yep, Gary's
So-
like right here or something, right?
Well, I thought Gary was going to be here so that he could flank him, right? He
Oh,
was going
that's
to.
right. Yep, you go ahead. You take care of Gary as well. That way I don't mess it up.
Alright, Elvira's gonna move with y'all, because
Oh, Liz,
here,
you're in
I'm
here now.
gonna dump down this alley so that she can come and, like, get him too.
Okay. He is.
Guy is just gonna keep walking, I guess.
Um,
And suddenly be like, huh, everyone's gone.
this dude is as oblivious as could be. He's walking up here. He's gonna do a quick check.
Okay, are we trying to ambush this guy or what?
I was gonna at least get on
Yeah.
either side of him and ask him some pointed questions.
Yeah, because like we can't all dip down secret alleys or whatever.
Yeah, if he's following, he's keeping his distance, so he's only going to move up when you move up, Cassandra and
Oh.
Guy and Buddy. So those three need to move up in order for him to advance, because he's trying to keep 25 feet between you. He did not notice Elvira dip into the alleyway, by the way. So if Elvira wants to be here, she can be.
I like how like most of the people in the group he's following have disappeared, and he hasn't noticed.
Well, not everybody is smart or attentive. And sometimes they're just having a bad day, man. Yeah, he's right in front of Gary now.
All right, perfect. Then I'm gonna pop out and come up behind him, and I think. Well, actually, I have a fair amount of charisma. I'm gonna ask him what's up. Hey, can we help you with something?
What?
Do you want me to make?
No. Why would you ask that? He keeps walking. If you do
Gary's
a
gonna grab his ankle so that he can't move.
now he can't move, and he's let me go. What are you doing? Let me go.
It seems like you were following us.
What? No. Why would I do that? No.
Can I make a pose deception check?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh
Sorry.
my goodness. Thinking for a second here, because I just
No worries.
rolled. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. Because I just Okay, what is your opposing his deception of you? What do you?
24.
Ha! I'm glad I gave him disadvantage because he got a nat 20 at first, and I was like, first of all, that does not make sense at all for this context. He got a 14.
Okay.
So he loses by 10.
Nah, man. You don't know me clearly, but I know you were following us.
Look, man, look. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not up to anything bad. I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a bad guy. Just let me go, man.
Gary's gonna like call his cougar, but it's just that whistle, that the person that taught me, totally over there. They taught me that I could just whistle for my cougar.
You would hear the slight pat 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 but the cougar is so stealthy he comes right up to you, and you don't even notice him there until he is at the person's ankle, just alongside you, Gary. And he breathes somewhat menacingly at the guy, and the guy has to do a intelligence saving throw. Wow, he succeeds. He's not scared. Oh well, no, it didn't roll for the cougar. Roll for your cougar, I guess. You would roll a d20 for what is
Intimidation or
charisma. So you would have a -1 if you did a charisma check. So
okay.
10.
So you got a 10.
Okay, so he just barely scrapes by not being intimidated, but
No, I mean it's a pretty intimidating town to be in.
yeah, that's right, and this is Chult, so he's like,
Can we maneuver this guy like into an alcove or an alley, like we're gonna shake him down?
yeah, which alley would you like to do?
Can we kind of drag this guy towards Elvira into this little side street here and corner him?
Sure, Guy and Cassandra, are they gonna come on over and partake in this?
Also, human or not human?
He is definitely human.
Okay.
Chance to take. I guess never mind. Let's question him first.
I guess Guy is gonna come back once he noticed. He's gonna continue on for like 5 more feet and then look back and see that the guy isn't there anymore. And then he's going to go back. Because, right, y'all pulled him over into the small alley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
So he's gonna be like, oh,
I
guess they
figured
got...
Buddy would follow Guy back.
Yep.
So Gary's gonna use the cougar mostly to like block exits to like prevent him from moving away.
uh-huh.
He's not getting past it, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got him basically cornered up against a wall. The guy is not pleased with this situation. He's giving all kinds of just terrible excuses. He's like, you can tell if this guy was in like oh shoot, what's it called when a detective has got a potential criminal?
Interrogation.
Interrogation. Thank you. If he's in an interrogation, he would be just spilling all the beans. He's the guy who should have called his lawyer, but he didn't, and he keeps sticking his foot in his mouth. That's exactly what's going on here.
Can I do an intimidation check to get him to tell me what's actually going on?
Ooh, yes. I just realized this is a female NPC character, but who cares?
Still not changing my actions. That'll be a 15.
15 versus wisdom saving throw. What do you do to this man?
I thought you said it was a woman.
No, you succeed. What do you do to him?
Oh, I'm just gonna be like, hey man, here's the deal. I don't really care. I just need you to tell me why you were following us and why you're being so sketchy, or I'm probably gonna feed you to that cougar.
Wow, that's a terrible roll. Let's see. Well, sorry, I'm thinking what I should do. He puts up a bit of a brave face for a moment, however stupid that might be, and he's like, "Do Sunday? I didn't do anything. I don't know what you're talking about. I was just walking.
I mean, I know he's lying already, so
I don't know. He doesn't like really realize that he's still trying and failing to convince you that he wasn't up to anything.
okay. I mean, I don't actually want to feed him to the cougar because that's super messed up, but I feel like I kind of have to now, or he's not going to take me serious.
Okay.
Wait.
So Gary is going to reach into his bag and grab some of that giant snake pot roast that I have,
Hold on.
and he's just gonna like claw out a piece and toss it to the cougar, which will of course catch it in the air and eat it.
And then, okay, I wanna cast a spell called Hold Person, which would paralyze you, but you would realize you're paralyzed. So, like, if I do that in front of the cougar, I don't know, like an intimidation thing.
That fits so perfectly with what I had in mind for what he's. So, with the combination of those two, the guy falls into a sitting position, and then
Do you want to do a wisdom saving throw?
he doesn't need to. No, he completely soils himself.
Okay, so I've cast a spell. Okay.
He gives up the act, and he said, "What do you want to know?"
Everything from the beginning.
He says, "Hi. Can you take me somewhere safe? I don't want to tell you right here."
Okay.
Please, he'll kill me.
Okay. Yeah. I'll take him to the busted barnacle and I'll drop the.
It changes names every time.
Nickname. Broken barnacle.
The broken barnacle.
Yeah, I love Busted Barnacle though. That's fantastic.
Maybe that's a competing shop across the street. Since copyright laws presumably don't.
Oh.
I am
Got,
definitely
like,
adding a
fibers-
busted barnacle somewhere in my campaign somewhere.
every time he mispronounces it, there's like another competing in that opens up.
Treat to the busty Barney.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know, Dad.
Is there titty bars in your?
I don't have a good map for this, so you're gonna have to imagine you're in the broken barnacle. So you it's pretty busy inside of the broken barnacle at the moment.
Perfect.
Let's move to the random battle map, and we'll just draw something. Just have fun drawing.
So we take him into the battered barnacle.
Let's turn off the
Barnacle batter makes barnacle bread.
dynamic lighting on this one for a moment.
I tell you what, I'll leave all the barnacle bread to you, my guy.
Okay, so let's get some.
Gary's gonna take his cougar and he's gonna sit with it at the windowsill of the busted barnacle or broken barnacle or battered barnacle, whatever, in a position where he can see them, but also can see everything outside. More importantly, and so he's gonna have that good view. He's gonna be playing lookout.
I mean, we probably need to like get a room and then
Very
take him to the room in secret, right?
Well, we got to get food on the way because I'm quite hungry.
Right.
Yeah, you're just on the main floor at the moment.
Yeah, I say we grab some food in a corner booth and we have the conversation there.
Okay.
I second this.
Whoa, that is not what I wanted. I'm making you a table. Oh, that's a terrible table.
As soon as you said I'm making you a table, I thought it was going to be an XL because I'm a nerd.
Yes!
Oh, that's where my mind would go too.
So tell me, that table that you're making, does it pivot?
Good.
Yeah, my pivot tables are a hit in the town. Yeah.
Finger headed into y'all, but Elvira sure is.
No accounting for taste, I guess.
What's his name? Jocko? I can't remember. I remember his name. Jocko, the tavern keep, says, "Ah, my friends, welcome back. Who do you have with you today?" You and he's kind of like mentioning to Cassandra, to Gary, and to the guy who is labeled ATHF, which you will eventually know what that means. Jocko is.
I guess Gary's reading from the window then, if he's addressing me.
Okay. And he says also, big animals, they should. We don't usually let them in here. Is it safe?
So maybe you missed it. I said that I'm gonna sit outside where the window is,
Okay, yeah.
so that I can see.
I did miss that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, he will
So
not
he's gonna be
say
able to see
anything about
where
you.
the party's at, but also keeping a lookout.
Okay, yep. So he doesn't make any mention of you then.
Okay, never mind. Cool.
Sorry. I'm
No, totally fine.
juggling a bunch of things in my head and I missed that one. But he does refer to Cassandra. He's like, "Oh, who's this?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm a wizard. I've been here before. I don't normally drink, so I don't come in very often." "Oh, okay. You're welcome here. What can I get for you? We've got, well, today we've got a fine brandy for our drink of the night, and the soup of the day is, it's a very similar soup to like a minestrone, basically."
Ooh, I could definitely go for some dinosaur minestrone for sure. I will take some of that. Pass on the brandy, but if you have any good wine, I'd take a nice glass of wine.
I will
I'm
take.
definitely going to need a room and a bath.
Yeah, he says, "Sure, coming right up." And after a couple, minute or two, he comes over with food and drink for all of you. Oh, whatever it is that you ordered, and he says, "If there's anything else you need, let me know."
Thank you.
Okay. I leave you to your devices with. Leave you to figure out what you want to do with this guy.
All right. I'm saying, all right. Now tell us the whole story from the beginning.
He looks around very nervously before he opens up. And then after a second of thinking and deep breathing, he says, "I didn't want to do it, honest."
Again, start from the beginning.
This guy's maybe not quite the smartest tool in the light bulb socket, so he says, "It's Lascalar, Lascalar. Oh, he told me I had to do it."
Who's Lascalar?
You don't know Lascalar. Cassandra's got to do a knowledge check. She does not know who Lascalar is. Guy, why don't you do a check at advantage because you've worked on the docks, and well, that ties in a way I won't explain yet.
Okay. And what am I rolling for?
This is a history check, I think.
Okay, so I probably only have +1. Make sure. Yeah, only +1. Okay. 7.
Okay, you got advantage. So is that your highest?
Yes.
One? Okay.
Yes.
Not enough. Sorry. He says, "Lascalar, the pirate. I don't believe you. You don't know who Lascalar is? I
He
should.
literally just got here.
I should be quiet. There are people here." And he retreats into himself a little bit more, and his eyes are wide. He's definitely pale, clammy, sweaty. He's like, this guy's truly freaked out to talk about this.
So, what does this Lascalar guy want?
And he says, well, oh, Gary just said something. I missed. One dragon milk, please. Oh, that's funny. Jocko waves back at you, by the way. So basically, he beats around the bush. and you finally get out of him that Lascalar is like one of the bigger pirate captains in the area around the Tariki anchorage, and that he runs one of the more swashbuckling crews that tends to just rob a lot of people, and he is just one of the hired thieves. He's a hired thug, and he's supposed to uh, try to make as much pickpocketing coin as he can, and bring it back to Lascalar. And if he doesn't, well, it's the end of his contract and potentially the end of his life. So.
So Lascalar sent you to pickpocket us specifically, or just people in general?
That is hilarious, Gary. What specific or what in general?
So this Lascalar guy is forcing this guy to pickpocket people, right? That's what you said?
Yeah. So he's actually never met Lascalar. Lascalar is like the bigwig, and this guy has somebody else between him and Lascalar. He just knows that he has to bring a certain amount of coin in every week, and if he doesn't,
Oh, he was just trying to pick our pockets.
exactly.
Well, why didn't you just say that? I'll give him like 2 silver.
He doesn't know how to respond at all.
Yeah, I'll just give him 2 silver and like, all right, that's cool, man. You do you. Good luck.
And he's like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a pirate, right? Or like he's gonna give this to the pirate, right? Well, why don't we just give the cursed dragon gold?
Hear me
Because I
out.
have to spend it.
If he goes back to work for said pirate, or rather doesn't do whatever the pirate wants, that guy's gonna kill him. We could take him along and make him just like watch our stuff.
But we just got tigers and cougars and monkeys for that.
Yeah, and somebody's gonna watch all of our tigers and cougars and monkeys and stuff.
Oh
I was
my.
going to put the big one in charge of the little one.
Pyramid scheme.
This guy is so dumbfounded that you just gave him money, that he is like, he's just stuck. Like he can't move. He's like with his hand out with the silver in it, looking at it like, I genuinely have never experienced this before. What? And then he after a good minute of staring at it, looks up at you with just like this questioning look, like, I don't know what to do.
Look, I respect the hustle. Good luck. Try not to get killed.
It's like, so I can go?
Yeah.
He slowly gets up, and then turns and looks at you and books it for the door. He's lost his sight. He's gone. So ATHF was my little way of reminding a thief. I just left a couple letters out.
The guy, as he's like booking it, before he actually like runs out, Gary's going to nonchalantly, say hey, and if he turns around and stops for a second, like, this is not an angry hey, it's just kind of like, hey. And then, if he hears him and turns around, cool. If he doesn't, whatever.
He hears you and he trips, spilling the silver on the ground, and then he runs around picking up the pieces and then continues going on his way. He's a klutz.
Gary's gonna like mutter to him.
He's a klutz and he's a dumb klutz.
Gary's gonna kind of like mutter to himself and be like, man, could have used him to watch my cougar.
Do you think he'd be a particularly trustworthy guard?
Yeah, where is he gonna go in the middle of a jungle where everything can kill him? Yeah, no, he's gonna stay put where all the scary animals that can keep him safe are.
It's something a lot like slavery.
It is slavery, but it's a better option than being enslaved to a pirate who will kill him.
Oh, that's great. I'm glad we are the good slavery people, I guess. I don't. Yeah, that doesn't sit well. I don't think I can do that. Sorry. Petal is not about that life. Nah.
We could pay him.
I was gonna say, like, if you need help, pay for it with coin like everyone else. That's fine. Yeah. The whole like, yeah, he can't like he stays with us because he can't leave.
No,
Yeah.
I wasn't worried about him like trying to steal our stuff because where's he gonna go?
Okay.
That's funny. Yeah. Do you want to fast forward through the night? Are you cool
Yes,
with
please.
that? You want to do that? Okay. Morning breaks. Y'all wake up wherever you are. Gary, are you in your tree? Did you go back to your tree?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So Gary is in his tree. So it's Guy, Petal, Elvira, Cassandra, and Buddy, all in the tavern.
Buddy is
Jocko-
very well trained.
Jocko offers you some breakfast, something very hearty, very tasty, and then
Anything? Do you do any sort of sausage?
he describes to you something that sounds very reminiscent of like a fried chorizo sausage with
Perfect.
with like what's it called? A fruit salsa on top, basically.
Yes, let's do. I tell everybody this is the finest establishment in Yamsar.
It tastes like a fantastic pork chorizo sausage with hints of little bits of pineapple. I think it's like a
Chutney?
chutney. That's
Charcuterie?
it. Chutney. It's a pineapple chutney on top of it.
Man, baby, we gotta make that. We need to get chorizo salsa or chorizo sausage and make like a pineapple chutney for it.
Ooh, yeah.
That's totally gonna happen now, Dan.
I'm becoming a cook. I just love it. It's so fun.
I've been cooking a lot.
So I'm like apparently I'm living vicariously through D&D cooking too. So
That's great. That's fantastic because Petal definitely likes the finer things in life. So yes, in fact, he will also start his morning off with a nice glass of wine.
very nice, very civilized. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be civilized. Let's see. Yeah, Jocko is like, so what's your plans for the morning? You know, what's going on? Haven't seen you in a few days. It's been
Yeah, we got back from a little expedition. I got a little bit of business to conclude in town, and then I think we're going to be heading back out a little better prepared. But I heard a rumor that an expedition came through a couple days ago that was talking about finding some sort of treasure hoard. You hear anything about that?
You know, I did actually. Yeah, word has it there's absurd levels of gold. Let's put it that way. I don't know if it's countable. That's what it sounds like. That's what I've heard at least. There was some travelers that came in the other day. They were talking about the prospect of going out and finding it.
Perfect. Yeah, I heard the same thing. I heard uncountable quantities of gold. Yeah, that's what I heard as well. Cool, fantastic.
Couldn't couldn't tell you any more about it. I don't really know. And Gary apparently is going to hop down, start a small campfire, and cook up some of his dragon meat for him and the cougar. Got it. Having the meal of party champions over there. Feel free to interject anytime, Dajo, if you need to. So, Jocko doesn't have any more information on that. That's all he knows. He's just kind of heard a little rumor about it. He says, basically, suggests that rumor is spreading pretty quickly around town and that it's gaining some traction.
Okay, sounds good.
And he goes back and he says, oh, I better get back to my work. And he starts washing the bar and stuff and working on some other things. So this is where I leave it up to you guys. We could stop. We could keep going for a little bit longer if you want. I certainly have stuff if you want to go a little bit longer. There's a general store that you haven't explored yet. I definitely think it would be good for you to stock up on some more stuff. If you want to know what I suggest, I would have you roll a insight or history check, and a success, which is not hard, will give you an inkling towards what you ought to maybe carry. And Gary, if he does it, he has advantage
16.
because he's a guide. So
16.
Gary gets advantage on that same check if he wants to do it. All right.
I'm gonna make that check.
What was yours, Eli?
16.
16. That is a success. Oh, I'm so sorry, Gary. I guess in guide school you paid attention to the geography a little more than the survival gear.
That's all right. I have gear that I want to buy. I've already counted up the prices, as I've told you, but I would like to buy 40 things of caltrops, 50 flasks of oil, 200 feet of rope, a net, 50 candles, 10 pieces of chalk, a grappling hook, 10 10-foot poles, 40 more bags of ball bearings, 50 water skins to replenish the 10 that I was missing, 50 torches, and 50 rations, which is primarily going to be sitting on top of said cougar.
Holy tamale. Okay, so the prices in the Tiriki anchorage are at they're at 1.1 times base price. So if you want to get all that,
Okay.
it'd be 110% of base price for the core books.
Okay. Now, is that the same general store that Gary used to sit in all the time and watch over?
It could be if you want, yeah.
Is there a chance that that price would go down by, say, down to 1-to-1
I'm
for just
assuming
specifically
because
Gary?
you had a relationship with the merchant.
Yeah.
That employee discount.
Yeah, we'll say that you get 95% price
Ooh.
because you know the guy and you're thick as thieves.
Sweet. Okay.
You could potentially swing that for your comrades if they were there at the same time as you.
Okay,
right.
I'll have to think about all the things that I'm buying, but yes, I will take advantage of that.
Who rolled the checks?
I got a 16.
Okay, you know that you need to get a way to clean water, and you need to get something to keep the insects off of you. Those two are
Okay.
vitally important. Vitally
All right.
important. If you don't have either of those, you're going to die.
So,
I mean, would my flaming sword serve to keep the insects off of me?
Only off you.
all right, I got a question.
Uh-huh.
For those types of items, things that are not on the regular equipment list, where would I go to, where would I find the list of those items?
Oh, the ones you like, the Tomb of Annihilation ones?
I guess. Basically, things like bug spray.
Yep, I've got that in my book here. I can get that for you. Actually, I don't have to use a physical book. I can just look it up here.
Can we get the symbol of Iris bought some bug spray?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because if you want to throw that in the D&D voice call chat, that would be awesome.
Like,
Yes. Excuse me. Give me a moment or two to find that in my book here. I can certainly get it for you. I have a rough idea of where it is.
okay, bug spray.
Helps when you read the book like 15
Or like
times.
hints or something.
That's magic items.
I think about every time I do this, it's like, ooh, ding.
Okay, so here there are.
The bug spray, right? Like,
So there are two items that are available by merchants that you, for the purpose of having clean water and repelling bugs. So there's the insect repellent, and that comes in a block and in a salve. So the block is 1 silver piece. When lit, it burns for 8 hours and repels normal insects within a 20-foot radius. The salve sells for 1 gold piece and contains 20 applications of odorless grease. 1 application protects its wearer, only its wearer, for 24 hours. It is waterproof, so it doesn't wash off. So the pro of the block is it goes for 20 feet, but it only lasts for 8 hours. The salve lasts for 24, but it only works on the person who's wearing it.
Does that include a mount?
Like
this is the bug spray stuff.
this is the insect repellent, so it doesn't come in a spray, but it's the. So for instance, Petal did not tell you this, but Petal found a vial of insect repellent. He found a salve in that bear cave, so he has one.
Okay.
But that one you would just apply like sunscreen on your skin. The other one, the block, is just an incense. It's a block of incense. So you would just like grab like a little lantern or something, and you would put it inside of that lantern or whatever, and you would light it and carry it around with you.
How far would it protect from? So like if I put it in my lantern.
20 feet radius.
Okay.
So the block that does the 20-foot radius, 1 silver piece. The salve, which has 20 applications, is 1 gold piece. So there's that. And then the other thing was the water. So there's a rain catcher that is available for sale. It's made of a wooden frame and a 5-foot leather tarp with legs. When stretched across a wooden frame, it forms a basin that can catch 2 gallons of drinking water per inch of rainfall and can hold up to 8 gallons. Basically, I would just say after an hour, you have 8 gallons of water, because I just want to keep it simple. A rain catcher costs 1 gold point and weighs 5 pounds. Oh, weight doesn't matter. So, there's that. Then, this is what Gary will know, even though he failed the check. Gary, if you have a method of boiling water, you can clean water. That way it just takes longer.
Yep.
So, you are proficient at doing that as well.
Oh yeah.
Those are the 2 items that you know that you absolutely should get if you want to survive any length of time in the deep jungle, especially in the marshy areas. You were lucky to not have that problem earlier.
Mm-hmm. So, hey, can I buy those?
Yeah. How many do you want? So you would only need 1 rain catcher. That's 1 gold.
I mean,
maybe you could have.
Say that again.
1 gold for a rain catcher, and it would be enough for everybody. You gotta drink.
I can.
I think it's 2 gallons of water in a day in order to not get an exhaustion point.
I think it was. Yeah, I don't know. I just remember it was basically like one full thing of the water skin, right?
I'll find out because I actually have that here. Water. Dehydration. You need to drink at least 2 gallons of fresh water a day. And if you haven't, you must succeed a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or suffer 1 level of exhaustion. Saving throw is made with disadvantage if the character is wearing medium, or heavy armor or heavy clothing. And characters traveling at a fast pace instead of a normal or slow pace take a -5 penalty on their saving throws against dehydration. Characters traveling with beasts of burdens and other animals must keep them fed and hydrated as well. So, in other words, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that all need 2 gallons of water. So you need 10 gallons of water for the humanoids. Then you've got 1, 2 animals, 3 animals, and they would need something like 2 or 3 gallons as well. So you'd probably need to spend like 2 hours collecting water, 2 maybe 3.
So, for the water skins, how much water goes in a water skin?
I'm not sure, and I guess I would leave that up to you. If you want I'm sure they come in varying sizes. Like you could get a quart or a gallon or something.
Let me see. I've got it in here. I just need to find it.
Sure.
I just
I don't really care either way. Whatever you find or want, I'm okay with.
Well, I mean, what I want is a 2-gallon water skin.
You want a hydration pack to put on your backpack with a drinking straw and everything?
Yeah, basically that. Okay, so
that will require attunement.
Attunement. No. Oh, I hate it. All right.
Just kidding. Thank you for joining me in our riveting shopping session.
I'm having a fantastic time.
Good. I'm thinking, I feel like this went off really well because none of this was planned other than I made the map. So I'm really happy with it.
Quick question. Would I be able to get, like, those, like, silk nets that they used to have back in the day to, like, keep the bugs out and people would put them over their beds, like, in jungle
There
and
we go.
stuff?
If you go to the Grand Souk, it's very likely you could find one of those.
Okay. What would that run a guy?
20, 30 silver. It would be, I would say it's like a 10 by 10 square.
So 20 or 30 silver is 2 or 3 gold.
Ah, gosh darn it. Yes, you're right. I keep forgetting that it
Okay. So
remember, so here's...
Okay.
I keep thinking they're the same as pennies, and that 100 silver is a gold. So what I should say instead of that is 20 or 30% of 1 gold, which would be
2 or 3 silver.
silver.
Okay.
So it depends on the merchant. The Grand Souk is more expensive, so I'd say 3.
Okay. Then I'll take like 2 of them.
All right.
Okay. So I have numbers for you.
Okay.
A water skin has 4 pints of liquid, and a gallon is 8 pints of liquid.
Yep.
So to have 2 gallons, you have to drink 4 water skins per day.
Yep. That math checks out. I would suggest that if you wanted to, if you found a tailor or something, they could probably like make you take the 4 and make it into 1. I know that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense in real life, but for simplicity's sake, if you wanted to make it 1, you could.
It doesn't really change anything for me. I guess Gary has basically 12 days worth of water.
Wow, that's a lot of water. That is a lot
Yep.
of water. Holy cow. Okay. Yeah, that's a smart way to go about it.
if we need 4 water skins a day, then I have 4 days worth of water. But I also purchased my own rain catcher.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So, I assume we're sharing that rain catcher, or
Well, I figure with 2 of them, the whole time we're on the river, plus boiling water. I mean, I figure we pool resources, but if we had even if we had a backup, I figured it'd be good to have 2.
oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna get myself one as well then, just
Okay.
because that's just a wise thing. So,
That is 1 gold.
all right. So, rain catcher.
Look at you guys
Oh.
planning so well.
I also I need to purchase fabric, and I don't have it on here.
That would be in the
I-
Grand Souk again. It's the area with the higher quality goods.
I mean, I don't need high quality whatsoever. I just need basically tarp level, tent level fabric, honestly,
Okay.
or the ability to rip apart a tent into the amounts that would equal.
There is a merchant in the Red Bazaar who has some somewhat kind of dirty tanned leather. It's not the cleanest stuff. That would maybe work for that. He's asking. He's asking for 1 silver per hide.
Okay, and how big is a hide?
So it would be like it'd be like a deer hide or or like a tanned leather from like the pig that the farmer next door had slaughtered, that sort of thing. Like, so it would be it'd be a few square feet.
All right. So rather than doing that, if I ripped open a 2-person tent, since that's what it shows for D&D, thing,
Uh-huh.
about how big of fabric do you think that would give me?
2-person tent. That would be at least. I'm guessing those tents are probably 10 feet wide. And then how tall is a character? I mean, like medium characters are 5 to 6 feet long. So I would say it's a 10 by 10. It's got an apex. Multiply that by 1.3 or something like that.
So if it's a perfect triangle, that would be like 3 10 by 10 spots, right?
Yeah.
So
Sure, we'll go with that.
okay. So I will get 2 tents and rip them open until I've got just fabric.
I do not remember what those are in price.
Oh, I have that here.
Okay.
They're 2 gold for a 2-person tent.
Okay. Perfect.
So that will give me that.
Sweet. Any other takers on any other purchases? See, this is why I got you guys so much gold, by the way.
So I'm also going to get a couple 2-person tents, either for my animals or to use as tarps or whatever. Just I think that's a good move. Just have some extra sailcloth or something.
Smart.
Yeah. I have 10 10-foot poles. Mostly one of them is just an extra. But my idea is that I do 4 poles to make, the first, tent spot, a little 10 by 10 area. And then put 2 poles outside that, 2 poles outside that, and then 1 more in that last corner. So you'd have a 3 by 3 grid of poles, and then spread the fabric across that. And now we'd have a 20 by 20 area to work with 1 wall that would be covered. In fact, actually, I'm going to grab 3 tents. Because now that could give us 4 tents. So if I do 4 of them, I can actually make it a covered area that covers enough for us to fully enclose a 20 by 20 area with 10-foot height.
Okay.
That's cool. I mean, I don't really have to sleep that much. I mostly just like to chill in my hammock outside because it's nice and cool. And I got this
Sorry, I was
man,
waking up.
Seymour got busy right there.
I was waking up all the people in the city. They all have their magical alarm clocks set to exact second, and they get up and they immediately are doing what they do. Cool.
Can I get 100 feet of solid cordage, like twiny cordage, and then another 100 feet of rope?
Sure, I don't know what the cord goes for, but whatever you find the price for that, do 110%, just because there's a markup at the merchant's store.
Okay.
Unless you got Gary there, then you can get it for base price.
Sounds good.
Anything really super important you guys want to do before I figure out if we should wrap this up?
I just want to. You said the next Merchant Prince's council meeting was in a couple of days, right?
I can't remember if I did, but we'll say yes.
Okay.
Because I know
Then
you're
I'm
interested.
mostly gonna hang out and make my map. The one that is to the treasure.
Oh.
To the treasure, and I'm going to plan and kind of gather some information on the local merchant princes before I go to the meeting.
Nice. Let me think. If you were to, a little bit of street smarts that you have figured out just in your intuition of being here is that if you go around to various city folk, you could ask around and figure out just all these random little details of the merchant princes. And then if you do that, I'll fill you in on some general information, so you got some idea what you're dealing with.
How much was that insect repellent salve again?
So that one was, the salve is 1 gold piece, 20 applications, lasts up to 24 hours, and is waterproof.
Okay.
Sweet. Now that you guys are prepared, I can work with that. A little meta information. This campaign was explained as expert level for DM and characters. So what I decided before we started was I was going to make you level 2 to make it a little easier, and then I was going to ease us into the sort of survival-y type of stuff, like the water and the exhaustion points and the bugs. So what we did in the first few sessions was I was warming you up for that, and now that you have a good amount of context on how I'm operating the campaign, now I think you guys are ready for me to crank it up to what the level really should be. And I'm not gonna be mean or anything, but it's gonna be harder. So you're gonna have to think more about about the survival-y side of it. Like, if I go a full day without drinking water, am I willing to risk a DC 15 Constitution saving throw to not become exhausted? And there's consequences of being exhausted. So yeah, and that'll play into our hex crawl a lot more, which will make it more interesting, I think.
Do you do like rules as written exhaustion, or you do like the like kind of revamped every point of exhaustion is like a minus whatever to your score?
I'm gonna do as written, which I have not done before. So if that's too hard, I'll back it off. But as of now, I don't have a great understanding of how it operates, so I can't really know yet. I'm gonna have to brush up on that myself, actually.
Okay, cool.
And as always, if something makes the campaign no longer fun and then tedious, I'm gonna stop doing it because what's the point?
Well, I haven't actually ever played Rules as Written Exhaustion. My other campaign just introduced it to our hex crawl, but he wants to do this. Apparently, there's this like new and improved. The guy who wrote D&D or whatever wrote the first book came back. And said, we might have been a little too hardcore on the exhaustion.
Tell you what, I'll look and I'll decide if it needs nerfing.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've never played with original, and I'm totally down to.
Okay.
So it looks like at level 1 exhaustion, Rules as Written, you have disadvantage on ability checks. By level 2, your speed is halved. By level 3, you add disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. 4 is hit point maximum halved. 5 is reduced to 0, and 6 is.
I like that. If you guys think you can handle that, that's what I'll do. So it'll mean that you guys will, when you're doing your hex crawl, we'll do the normal navigation check, which so far has been Gary's responsibility since he's the guide and therefore the navigator. He does that roll. Depending on what the roll is, that tells me how the day is going to go, and then it's your responsibility to tell me that we're gonna nourish ourselves before we start this day, and we're gonna stop halfway through. We're gonna do such and such, and then at the end of the day, we're gonna nourish ourselves. And that sounds boring, but if you just let me know, remind me that you're doing that instead of having to role play it, then that's a lot more fair.
Okay, and I mean, like I have rations. I can also do good berry, which should cover everybody and animals, I think. So, like if we get combined food-wise, I can do good berry. It would feeding everybody would take up a third of my spell slots.
Oh, wow.
So I don't want to like do it every day, but if we get in a bind, we can fall back on.
And I'm going to do some research on my own to try to improve my understanding of how to do the hex crawl, so I don't make it a chore. Because I think I'm making good progress in that. And the last time we did the hex crawl, which was last session for a short amount of time, I felt like that went really well. So I'm going to work with that, and then somehow figure out how are we going to do the food and water and the bug repellent thing. The bug repellent is basically going to be in situations where you walk into a swamp. What do you do when you're in a swamp? You apply the salve. Because otherwise you're going to be hampered by insects the entire time, and there are status effects that could come if you ignore that. I don't want to tell you what they are, but if you know anything about insects in marsh and swamplands, you'd realize that in real life there are consequences to being bitten by a mosquito in a certain region of the world, or getting leeches, or that sort of thing. Yeah, and that totally applies.
Mosquitoes kill people where I come from.
Yeah, so that's going to add difficulty.
So that insect repellent burn block, how much was that again?
That one was, I believe, a silver. Let's see here.
Yeah.
1 silver piece. It burns for 8 hours, and it works within a 20-foot radius. So honestly, if it were me, I'd buy some of both, really.
I'm buying 3 of the salves. I think I'm going to do 30 burn blocks.
Wow.
I'm gonna get 10 salves just in case.
Right on.
I'm gonna get 15. How many are they? How much are they again?
The salve.
1 gold for gold. 20.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry. I should be letting you.
1 gold per how many?
You get 20 applications from one salve, and that costs 1 gold.
And each application lasts.
24 hours and is waterproof.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll go ahead and spend.
It's probably the better bang for your buck, but it doesn't protect like your animals unless you apply salve to them. So that's something.
Well,
to consider.
I'm not the person with animals, so.
That ain't my problem.
First off,
y'all want to buy pets? Y'all want to go pet crazy? Okay, fine.
Animals are people too,
Take
Eli.
care of them. No, hey, they bought them. They have to take care of them.
Animals are people too.
No, they are. Just ask Gary.
Oh.
Ow. Ow.
You practically opened a flask of oil, doused him with it, and then set it on fire with your sword by saying that.
Did you do a racism?
By the way, Guy, you should tell Gary about your fancy dancy sword and its potential.
Oh, Gary. Look at this. Look at this. So I know you like fire, because you're always carrying around those flasks of oil, right?
Gary's gonna kind of like, do the maybe and then nod pretty vigorously.
Okay. So I like grab my sword by the scabbard, and then I just like pull it out real quick and like hold it up, and it's a fire sword. It's
Gary's just gonna like stare at it and wonder, the same way that like a kitten would stare at a big ball of yarn that's rolling slowly.
What if you got your rapier done like that?
Oh. Okay, how much does it cost?
There's like 3 versions. I think the one I got was not 90 gold.
I think so.
I want to say now.
My recording has the price, and it's close to the end of the last session recording. I can't remember offhand.
Okay, so hear me out. If I silvered my weapon, which costs 100 gold, could I also enchant it with fire?
Absolutely, you could. Yes. According to
But if it's an
my,
enchanted weapon, it already does magic damage.
95 gold.
if you want to do that, you by all means, if you have the gold and you want to do it, go ahead and deduct that gold from your thing, and it takes no time at all to get that done at Tim the Enchanter's. By the way, did Guy get his chainmail back?
Yeah, he's gonna head out and go do that.
So is 95 to do the enchantment?
Yes. Hang on.
Okay.
I'm gonna sneeze here. Excuse me. Sorry. I hope that wasn't loud.
I no longer have eardrums.
Good. That was my idea. Those of you milling about, roll a.
Okay, so Guy's got his fancy new chain shirt now, right?
Correct. Anyone who would like to, please roll an insight check. Let me know what that number is, and I'll tell you if you pick up a rumor while you're traveling about in town. A little bit of extra info. No, there's plenty of people talking.
Nat 20 for a 24. I hear all guys. I'm being a nosy broad.
Like you do.
Okay.
What's that rumor?
I am going to roll a D100 to find out. There's a
We
table.
hear tell of a cave filled with uncountable amounts of gold.
I'm not with y'all.
It's the latest rumor, latest hottest rumor in town.
Okay. Rumor that Elvira hears. If you head up the Cherokee River, which is the river you did not go up, about 5 days by canoe or raft, you will see a stone spire to the east. The natives call it Firefinger. The terror folk nest there. If they spot you, you're in for a fight. So let me see if I can. I'll read that out one more time. 5 days south on the Cherokee River.
Oh, south.
Yep. You will find a stone spire on the east side of Chult. It is called Firefinger, and the terror folk nest there and are very dangerous.
Neat.
Okay.
Okay, we avoid the Cherokee River.
Who else rolled? I saw an 8 for
Me.
for Gary. We'll say that's good enough. Oops, that's the wrong die, Dan. I need a D100. Give you your 31. Let's see what that gets you. Chult was once a playground for a green dragon. Her bones mark the location of a hidden treasure trove. If you travel to Mesro, head east across the Laughing Gorge, then south towards Kirsabel. You might stumble on the dragon's bones and earn yourself a place in the history books.
Ooh.
So basically, if you go to Mesro and you head east across the gorge and then south to Kirsabel, you will find the bones. Anyone else want to attempt some overhearing some rumors?
Absolutely. This would be perception.
I'll take that. Yeah, I did insight, but yeah, perception works.
Oh, okay. Either one of them.
I'm
That'll be a 9.
I'm so loosey goosey on which checks they are. It really doesn't bother me as long as it makes some sense.
That would be a 9.
9. Okay, that's good. Get a 62. That brings you. Okay. The Order of the Gauntlet came here to cleanse the jungle of undead. They've lost one of their encampments not too long ago. They're just barely hanging on to another one. You have heard that there are emissaries all over the place in Yanzaru, and some of them head up the river Soshinstar in canoes to get more supplies and Templars from Yanzaru.
Interesting. So if we keep going down that river, we'll eventually run into the Order of the Gauntlet trying to take care of the undead.
That's correct. And Gary knows the name of the fort, the name of the first fort. It is.
Oh, I do.
What? On your sheet here. It is
I remember that.
Camp Righteous.
So, the amount of damage that fire enchantment does for my weapon is...
What is it, Eli? You wrote it down, didn't you?
Yes. 3 turns of 1d4 fire damage provides light within 10 feet.
And it does not stack. So if you hit turn after turn, you don't get 5 rounds of burning. It resets back to 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
One more person I think can get a rumor, and then I'll just call it a night because I don't want to keep you up too long. Was it?
I'm excited.
Was it Guy? Did Guy get his?
No.
Okay. Go ahead, roll insight or perception.
Me?
Yeah, if you want a rumor, you don't
No.
have to have.
No. I'm good.
Okay. Then we are done for the night. Thank you for coming. I hope you had a good time. I definitely did.